Hi everybody, I am Dr. Elizabeth Edgerly, Executive Director for the Alzheimer's Association here in Northern California and Northern Nevada. Welcome to our February Facebook Live session. If you like this post, if you could share it, give it a thumbs up, all that helps us to spread the news that the Alzheimer's Association is here to help and you can get involved. February is a big month around here. We've been doing lots of activities. Did you know that it is the National Heart Month? We have hearts all over the place because we have a lot of heart here. Now, why would we celebrate National Heart Month? Well, what's good for your heart is good for your brain. So anything you can do to improve your heart health is also going to have a positive impact on your brain health. So one example is high blood pressure. If you can control your blood pressure and get it to that 120/80 sweet spot, you can potentially reduce your risk of developing Alzheimer's or another type of dementia and MCI by as much as 20%. So take care of those hearts of yours, and it'll also help potentially take care of your brain. Of course, it's also Black History Month, and we have been celebrating the life's work of Dr. Solomon Carter Fuller, who was the first known African-American psychiatrist who worked side by side with Dr. Alois Alzheimer's and helped to develop the processes that they used for testing the brain, and he spotted those plaques and tangles alongside his colleague. So wonderful work by Dr. Fuller, Carter Fuller. Check out our social media and blogs for more stories of influential African-American researchers, volunteers, and people living with the disease. It's a wonderful opportunity to celebrate their work and their contributions. I should have introduced our theme for today. We're doing Alzheimer's by the numbers. So we have 2 awareness months happening in February, and we also have a whole boatload of conferences coming up. Right now we have 8 scheduled so far. We had one this Saturday with about 250 caregivers. So check out our website and see if there is a conference near you. Now, why would you go to a conference? It's a fantastic way to learn tips and strategies for caring for loved ones with Alzheimer's. I pulled out some of our top brochures because many times when I attend conferences, what I learn are ideas on communication. And when I was caring for my mother, I can tell you communication was really difficult. And so hearing strategies, trying to make sure I'm not arguing with my mom, and coming up with ways to help her be her best, even when she was struggling to communicate, was something I've learned at conferences. I've also been fortunate to hear some of the world's leading experts on Alzheimer's research at many of our conferences. So it's a great chance to check those out. We have them around Northern California and Northern Nevada in English. We have some in Chinese, in Mandarin. We have some in Spanish as well. So check that out and let your friends know we have room for you to come. All right, the next number is 91 auction items. So what is that about? That is about our Memories in the Making Art and Wine auction that is coming up on Friday, the 28th of February. I will be there. I hope you'll be there too. And this is our annual event to showcase artwork done by people living with the disease and to encourage people to get involved and buy lots of fabulous auction items. I even brought some here today to show you. Dom Perignon, you could bid on this fabulous bottle of Dom Perignon, and not just this bottle, but we have a matching one as well. So this is one of our auction items. And how many of you recognize this bag? This is a beautiful Hermes bag, and inside is a limited edition Hermes tie that was made specifically for the Alzheimer's Association. So you could bid on this and be a lucky winner. There are many opportunities. There are travel packages. There are some opportunities to go to Woodinville, which I don't know where Woodinville is. My apologies to the people of Woodinville. But we have a travel package to Woodinville, Washington, Nashville, Paso Robles, Ireland, and Greece. We have autographed memorabilia from the San Francisco Giants, the Warriors, the U.S. women's soccer team, yay. Thank you, Andrew Dahlkemper, for getting us an autographed jersey from the women's team and his daughter's on that team, Abby Dahlkemper. And of course, we have lots of rare bottles of wine and wine experiences. So if you're interested, we'd love to have you come. Tickets are still available. Go to our website and check that out. So what's the next number coming up? 121 days to the longest day. So if you haven't heard about the longest day, it is our do-it-yourself event where you can do what you love to show that you love. And let me show you some examples. My colleague actually made these gardening aprons. This is from Heidi. Now she actually did this as a fundraiser for the Walk to End Alzheimer's, but she said, you know what? I think I could do that for the longest day. She likes to sew, and so she sold these for donations. So I bought my very own apron, so now I just have to go out and start planting those seeds. That's her example. Other people have done things like host a cocktail party for their neighbors and their friends and encourage them to donate. I do some type of strenuous physical activity and encourage people to donate. Whatever you like to do, consider doing it for the longest day. Go to our website and sign up. And we have a special deal. If you sign up right away before February 29th, you get an upgraded t-shirt, a high-performance t-shirt. So take advantage of that and do something you enjoy. We will help coach you and figure out what it is you want to do to make a difference. All right, now what's our next number? 475 program volunteers. That is the number of people that we have engaged in our programs in Northern California and Northern Nevada, and we could not do the work that we do without these amazing individuals. We have volunteers leading our support groups, leading classes, helping pull together packets of materials, assisting in the office, you name it, we have volunteers engaged in that, but we sure could use more help. So if you think you'd like to consider volunteering, whether it's in our programs or on a committee with our walk, the longest day, we've got lots of options. Public policy is also an excellent option. We sure could use your help. We have over 3,500 volunteers engaging in our work. And if you're not one of them, consider joining. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Edgerly, the Executive Director for the Alzheimer's Association. Welcome to our February Facebook Live. And now we are doing our numbers, significant numbers for the month of February. 1,200 Advocacy Forum attendees. We have over 1,200 volunteers coming with us to Washington, D.C. Now this is from across the country, not just Northern California. So our AIM Advocacy Forum will be on in March. It's at the end of the month. And registration is open through March 10th. If you would like to join us and learn how to advocate on behalf of those living with Alzheimer's and be a champion for Alzheimer's research, we would love to have you join us, and we will give you the tools and help get you ready to go on the Hill and talk to your senators and your members of Congress so you can make a difference. And it really does make a difference. What's our next number here? This is the amazing number we achieved through the Walk to End Alzheimer's this year. Over $6 million raised in Northern California and Northern Nevada. Thank you to many of you. We had almost 24,000 people participating and almost 2,700 teams at 18 walks. So thank you to all of you who participated. I hope you had a wonderful day, a wonderful experience. These funds are crucial in allowing us to provide services to those living with Alzheimer's, to advocate, to do all of the things, like produce all the resources. Everything is made possible by the Walk to End Alzheimer's and the generosity of those of you on the line here today. So thank you so much for that. We are gearing up for next year. Feels like we just finished, but we're looking ahead. So if you would like to get involved, please reach out. We are actively recruiting committee members and looking for folks to sign up and get their team started. So I hope you'll join us again for that. And last but not least, I want to highlight a really big number, 167 million. We, the Alzheimer's Association, are the largest private funder of Alzheimer's research in the world, and we are actively supporting $167 million in grants in 27 countries. We have about 500 active proposals that are being funded, and they're all over the map in terms of the types of focus. Some are basic science, understanding why is this happening in Lewy body dementia or Alzheimer's disease. Other research that we support is treatment research. And so we really are focused on the most innovative and impactful research that we can focus, because we want to move the needle now. Now, you may have heard in the news there were some negative reports recently of a study called DIAN-2. And DIAN-2 is a dominantly inherited Alzheimer's network. TU stands for treatment unit. So in this study, the researchers were focusing on people who had a gene that determined that they would develop Alzheimer's disease. And they started treating them as early as they could in order to try to slow the progression, or better yet, stop the progression. They tested 2 drugs, and unfortunately, last week, at the beginning of the week, they shared that they did not meet their final endpoints, which means they did not see enough benefit from these drugs to continue. Of course, every time we hear something like that, it's disappointing. We're ready for a disease-altering treatment, but don't lose hope. We are still working on this, and we have learned so much from this study and other studies. We're learning that we need to reach people even earlier, and that there may be differences in different people with Alzheimer's. And so these treatments may need to be even earlier and more focused. And of course, we're looking at other avenues as well. So I take hope in the 167 million we're investing and the 2.3 billion that our federal government is investing on an annual basis because of the advocacy work of the association and many of you. So I think I've covered all my talking points, but most of all, I want to thank all of you for joining us. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. We'd love to take your questions, and however we can help, we're here literally 24/7. Happy to take your calls on our 24/7 helpline on our website, and we'll see you next month. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.